Hey folks, Epiphone are releasing their version of Greeny. Finally! But it's weird, so let's talk about it. Hello my friend, thank you for joining me. We are talking about Epiphone's version of Greeny. It's coming out very, very soon, maybe sooner than we think, and it's got a price that's Epiphone-ish, and we'll talk about that in a minute. So if you want the specs, if you want the release date, and you want the price, this is the channel to be on. Stick around till the end of the video and I'll tell you all of those things. Now, if you don't know anything about Greeny, it is the most famous 1959 Gibson Les Paul, which is the holy grail for a lot of people. It was once owned by Peter Green and then sold to Gary Moore, two of the greatest guitar players in the world. Now it's owned by Kirk Hammett, Metallica, so good for him. It's been reissued a few times over the last couple of years. So we had the first $50,000 version that was relic'd, an exact replica of the guitar itself. Pick it up at a dinner with Mark Agnesi and Cesar and Kirk Hammett and some other people. Yeah, then you could buy the exact same guitar, I believe, for $20,000 without having to go through the nonsense of meeting those people. And then but you had the cool guitar, looked and felt apparently exactly the same as the original one, but not the original one. So that was 20 grand. And then last year, early this year, at some point in the past, they released the Gibson USA standard version. Now, to me, this was weird. But I don't know, people like it, people are buying it, so I don't know, maybe I'm just in the minority here. It's $3,200 to pick one of these up brand new from like Sweetwater or somewhere. And it's Greeny, but it's brand new. But they have a faded finish, which Greeny didn't have, of course, because they didn't do faded finishes in 1959. And it's also not brand new because the poker chip is blank, because on the real one it's been worn off over years, I believe. The pickups are, have the modification, the Greeny modification, and the knobs are mismatched as is on the original Greeny. So it's like a new guitar that's not new, but it is new. I don't know. It's weird. I don't understand it, but I'm sure if you bought one, you love it, and there's a lot of people who do dig that thing. Now Epiphone have kind of done the same thing. They're releasing it as if it's a new version of Greeny, just come out with all these things, and that's how it was released originally. At least that's how I'm trying to understand it. There's a few headlines to this guitar. There's a few things that are going to make people just jump and buy it straight away. And we've got a big thing to talk about. Something I think should have been done a long time ago, but also I like what they did instead. So it's a whole thing. By the way, if you don't mind sharing this video with your family and friends, it'll make their life better. Also hit the like button and the subscribe button, and that's all you can do for me. That'd be great. We have pictures. So here's the first picture I got yesterday of this guitar, and you can see straight away the big headline, the Gibson style open book headstock. But even though it has that headstock, it looks wrong, and the reason it looks wrong is because there's an Epiphone style 3-screw truss rod cover, which Gibsons don't have. Gibson style headstocks don't have. Like I looked at this first and I was like, it's fake because of the truss rod cover. So when it was sent to me first, I was like, I think that's nonsense. But I've seen the back of the headstock since, and it does look real. And yeah, so also, by the way, there was a pretty big leak of this yesterday. Somebody was able to buy one in a guitar store and basically put up all the information online and more pictures and everything. So it's confirmed pretty much this is the real deal. Also, they were able to confirm that the Greeny pickups from Gibson USA Greeny pickups were installed. So, I mean, they're equivalent to burst bookers pretty much. So that's not unexpected. We've got an Indian Laurel fretboard. We've got what appears to be, I think they call it aged lemon burst, which is a satin finish so what it is, right? This guitar is basically one of Epiphone's 1959 Epiphone Les Paul outfits that came out a couple of years in conjunction with the custom shop and that sort of, all that nonsense. So it's one of those, the 1959 outfit with different pickups, equivalent pickups, I would say, a different bridge, and a different headstock. Everything else the same. Case is the same. The case candy is the same, which means there's none of it. And yeah, there's not a whole lot else to say. That's what it is. The finished lemon burst finish on those 1959s was only available from Guitar Center in the US and Anderton's in the UK, I believe, for a short time. I don't know if Anderton's still do them. So yeah, it was a limited run of that color. It's exactly the same finish, pretty much. There's no relicing or anything like that. It's a new guitar. The knobs, of course, are different. It's an Indian Laurel fretboard, so we got the green pickups. The new bridge is what it is basically it's just a new style. They've kind of made it more Gibson-like because it's got thinner pins or thinner posts, I should say, on the bridge there. But it's still exactly the same as that 1959 otherwise, which is great. I mean, those are great guitars, but how much are they going for now? Like 900? Okay, so it's time to tell you the price. The price of this guitar is, by the way, if you wanted to know about this yesterday, you could have joined our Patreon. I put this video up on Patreon yesterday. If you're watching on Patreon, hi, you're a very nice person. If you're watching it on YouTube, you're still a nice person, but you know, you could have been a very nice person and you could have watched it yesterday. So check the link in the description below and get informed. I leak stuff about Epiphones in particular, but guitar models all the time. I'm quite good at putting stuff out before other folks. So if you want to know about Epiphones and other guitars leaking early, join up on the channel in the Patreon. So sorry, the price is $1,499. It's a lot more than the 1959 outfits that it's essentially the same as. Only the headstock is a comparable difference where you can go, right, well, that is different. That is something that'll make people's mind up, because Greeny pickups, you could sell the burst bookers that come in your 59 and get the Greeny pickups for pretty much the same amount you'll sell them for. And the bridge is the bridge, whatever. And then the, I mean, I'm not discounting the bridge being important. It's just, these are pretty much the same. They're just aesthetically slightly different. And then you have the headstock. So you've got the Kalamazoo Epiphone headstock on the 59s, and then the Greeny has the Gibson open book style. But I will say to you, I don't know why they made it with the 3-screw truss rod cover. It's off-putting to me. It looks wrong. Never mind the fact that the Epiphone logo on the Gibson headstock, it does look a little bit odd. I'll get used to it. I'm sure I will. But the truss rod cover, I've been saying this for a long time, even on the Kalamazoo headstock, put the 2-screw truss rod cover on there. It looks 10 times better. Now, it's an easy fix. It's not the end of the world. And they do have different truss rod styles on the Epiphone to the Gibson. So I know why they're doing it, but it would be very nice of them to, you know, because that's what people want. They want to think that they're holding something that is like the $3,000 one or the $50,000 one or the $20,000 one, even if it's not the same. So yeah, that's what it is. That's where it's coming. The 21st of November is the date that I was told is the official street date for these. Now, as I said, this was leaked yesterday. It started to just go around everywhere. And I expect Gibson will react by releasing it early. So keep an eye out on your guitar stores, because apparently guitar stores have them in stock. And a lesson for anybody, if you ever are in a guitar store and they sell you something before the street date, don't tell anyone, except your friendly neighborhood 3-Chord Dave. I'll tell everybody on your behalf, and that way you won't get your guitar store in trouble. So we're gonna leave it there, guys. Thank you so much. Greeny is coming in the next 3 weeks. If you want one from Epiphone and you've got $1,499 burning a hole in your pocket, I hope you get one. I don't think they're limited, by the way. I think they're going to be restocked. So if you missed the first batch, don't worry, they will come back into stock. So don't pay scalper prices or anything like that. And yeah, let me know what you think in the comment section below. My name's 3-Chord Dave. I'll be back with another guitar related video very soon. But until then, my friend, take care.